What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a second trimester update. It is crazy to think I'm already in my third trimester filming, looking back on my second trimester. Pregnancy has gone by so fast. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the second trimester update. So if you want to hear about it, then keep on watching. What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I have been sitting in this baby's room so much now, especially because we're in the midst of a second wave here in South Africa and of you know what. So we have just been super careful, and I'm working from home, and this is like one of my favorite chairs. I will do a nursery reveal for you guys soon. I'm just waiting on a few last little touches before I go ahead and film everything. But for now, this is a little sneak peek. Or you can follow me on Instagram. I have been posting little clippets there and things too. But I'm going to go ahead and pull up my phone. I keep a note week to week of all of my signs and symptoms, questions, concerns, things for the doctor. A forever ending, never ending to-do list. So, second trimester. We can start off week to week. So week 13, I was still very sensitive to smells. I was having a very strong gag reflex, and I was entering this very headachy phase. I had a very headachy phase of a second trimester. Luckily all of that has subsided now, but for the 13th week, that was pretty much my signs and my symptoms. And the headaches continued on for week 14 as well, and I just felt very sensitive, so emotionally as well. So I was still having sensitivity to smells, but not only smells, I was just very sensitive in general, and that has actually continued along through the entire second trimester. I'm more sensitive than I was pre-pregnancy. I find that I get tearful very easily, and it's obviously just hormones and my body experiencing those different hormones, but it's just been really interesting to document it all, that I've been so sensitive. And then if around week 15 is, I kept feeling like this pressure in my tummy, like this feeling of fullness. Obviously my baby was getting, and she still is, getting bigger, and I put in here in brackets, about to feel movement, question mark. So I think I was, you know, in your first pregnancy, you don't really know what you're searching for. So I think it was the beginning signs of movement, and then that fullness feeling of, like, you know, the baby's back up against your stomach and that kind of feeling. So I also put in here that I was still sensitive and my headaches were continuing, but I had also put in brackets dwindling. So maybe I wasn't getting as severe of headaches. So then around week 16, sorry if I'm looking down, I am looking at my notes for you guys. Still sensitive to smells, headachy in brackets but not terrible, a little bit tailbone pain, pressure in my belly, and then I put movement of baby. So 16 weeks is when I started to feel my baby move around, which I know is early, but everybody's body is different. And I obviously was going through these. I add the symptoms in as the week progresses. I don't add them all in at the end, because pregnancy brain, you would just forget. So I was having that pressure in the belly, and then at the very end of week 16 I put movement baby, which is very exciting. And my partner Clive, he could not feel it, the baby, for quite a while, so I'll get to that now. Getting so uncomfortable these days. So hard to get comfortable. So where were we? Week 17, I was having a little bit more tailbone pain, which I had, I think, in the beginning of the first trimester as well, which is like my hips and everything opening up a bit more. And I said baby movement big time, pressure in tummy, and sensitive to smells still. So a very continuous theme over these last 3 weeks, aside from the baby movement. And that was really exciting. I've loved being able to feel the baby move, and that's just been really fun for me and very reassuring as a mom, when you're, you know, a month seems like a very short amount of time to an obstetrician, but for a first-time parent, going a month without seeing your child or hearing up that everything's going well can make you feel a little bit anxious. So when you feel those movements, it's an amazing feeling knowing that everything's going well. Week 18, I put emotional and kicking. Not much to report there. And week 19, I put kicking and hungrier. So my appetite was increasing more. I would feel like I would have my protein smoothie in the morning, which I've always had, and it just wouldn't touch sides. So I would need something of more substance, like a piece of whole grain toast with an egg on it, just to get a little bit of extra protein in. And yeah, so then week 20, I put kicking and sore nipples. My boobs had been intermittently sore, but sometimes it's just like one nipple is sore. I don't know what it is. It's the wildest thing pregnancy does to your body. But a week 21, I put Clive can feel the baby. So that was super exciting. So it took quite a few weeks until Clive was able to feel the baby. And it was so funny because week 16, when I was like, I feel the baby, Clive would come over and rush over to try and touch my tummy. And I was like, feel, here she is. And then it almost felt like she just like backed away, like that he couldn't feel her. But she obviously just wasn't strong enough yet to really get those punches through, because what I was feeling at 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 weeks was, you know, mostly internal things. But then around week 21, she had gathered up enough muscle to be able to make herself known to Clive as well, which was really cool. I put sore nipples, sore ribs, and trouble sleeping and out of breath. So my symptoms, I had quite a lot of symptoms for week 21. The sore ribs, she has been, or was, sitting very high in my abdomen around this part of my second trimester, to the point where I actually went to a chiropractor, and she adjusted my hips, and just by her adjusting my hips, she was like, okay, now I'm going to adjust your hips and you're going to feel your baby drop. She was like, so don't get a fright. She adjusted my hips and immediately, boom, the baby dropped right down. And she turned head down. So before, she was breech and her head was underneath my ribs, giving me such pressure on my diaphragm. And I had this extreme, which I still do, bruised feeling, but that's just the pressure on my diaphragm now. She's not actually underneath my ribs anymore. Just her little feet, I think, are underneath my ribs, which is super manageable compared to the rib pain that I was having before. The rib pain that I was having before was like, it felt like something wasn't right. So that's why I went to the chiropractor. And now the rib pain I have is just like extreme growing pain. And I don't feel like something is wrong, if that makes sense. Okay, so moving on from week 21, 22, out of breath, sore ribs again, and starting to get some calf cramps. I've intermittently been having a little bit of cramps, not enough to make it a huge symptom, but if you are watching this, obviously check with your doctor first, but you can take some magnesium, and that can help alleviate some of that, and obviously just staying extremely hydrated. But that was just the doctor's recommendation that I got. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not advising you to do that. I'm advising you to speak to your doctor, but for the calf cramps and things, that's what's been helping me. Okay, and then I put on here week 23, I put sore ribs, out of breath, and trouble getting comfy. I have been out of breath, I feel like, my entire pregnancy, but that is has a lot to do with the space and everything, and even doing these videos, I feel very out of breath doing these videos. But trouble getting comfy, that just comes along with the territory of your end of your second trimester. And then this isn't super important, but I have been tracking my weight along my entire pregnancy. So at this stage of my pregnancy, at week 23, I'd gained about 5 kilos. I'll see if I can put the pound conversion down here for you, which is a pretty good, a decent amount for somebody who is a small frame. So it's a lot on my frame, but it's not out of the norm. I'm still very much like in a good weight gain area around that 23-week marker. So then week 24, I put trouble getting comfortable, kicking, and bad rib and back pain. So this is right before I obviously went to the chiropractor. I think this was around Christmas time. I remember Christmas night. I was so uncomfortable. We were with my husband's family for Christmas, and I had to excuse myself and go lay down, and I was in so much pain. I was actually nauseous. I was like sick. And that's when I knew I needed to go speak to my gynae, and I actually had called the after hours doctor Christmas night because I was very concerned. And then once I went to the chiropractor, everything, has sorted itself out. But that was week 24. And then week 25, I put a dark line starting on my tummy and rib pain. Rib pain is just like going to be consistent through the rest of my entire pregnancy. But I'm starting to get like a little faint line above my tummy, above my belly button. It hasn't gone below my belly button, but it is above my belly button. And it's obviously just hormonal and will go away in time. But I have found, because I'm pregnant in summer, when I expose it to sunlight, it gets darker. So I make sure when I am in sunlight to put a ton of sunscreen on. Also because that skin is so sensitive and stretching and stuff right now. Okay, now week 26, rib pain, muscle pain, and upper abdomen. That's obviously was my diaphragm. Like when you go in between these scans, you don't really know what's happening until you speak to your doctor. So that was my diaphragm. And I said, harder to do bar. So I've been exercising about 4 or 5 days a week my entire pregnancy, except for the days in those first trimester area when you're throwing up and feeling horrible. But I just put it's harder to do bar. Kicks and sleep cycle noticed. So I noticed that periods of like when my baby was sleeping and when she was awake, and that was really kind of cool because she's progressing along and things like that. So that was week 26. And then week 27, went to the chiro. It took forever to get in. Went to chiro, rib pain less, but still uncomfy. Kicks and burning skin sensation under my bra. So I actually went for a 29-week update yesterday, scan, with my doctor, and I told her about this sensitive skin up here. Like, it's sensitive to touch even right now. And she says it's just, some women can even experience numbness just because of like all the pressure and the stretching and everything. So I have been having a feeling of very sensitive skin from like my bra line down, halfway down through my abdomen. And apparently it's very normal. So yeah, those have been my signs and symptoms of my second trimester. I feel like I'm very lucky that I haven't developed preeclampsia or gestational diabetes or anything along the lines that would endanger being able to go full term. But other than that, we managed to squeeze in an amazing holiday at Christmas time with Clive's family. That was really special, being able to be pregnant at Christmas and just be with everyone, even though the pandemic is making things a little bit complicated. And then right after Christmas, we left for our baby moon. So we got to go on a little baby moon and just spend some time away. And that was amazing, just being able to be away, even just from our family, and just be together, just the two of us, and really soak it in. That was really, really cool. We did about 9 days here in a different area in South Africa. I didn't really hardly take any pictures, but there was beautiful gardens and everything, and it wasn't like the most amazing weather. It kind of rained on and off and stuff, but it was great because we walked with umbrellas in the rain and read, and we did fires every night, and it was very unusual weather for summertime here, but really, really enjoyed that. And then yeah, second trimester was really, really good to me. I had so much more energy. I was feeling good. I was not feeling like that nausea anymore. I just, that just all completely subsided, and I just felt like me again, but different. And it was such a growth period to watch my baby grow and get bigger, and my bump get bigger. And we got a lot of progress done in our nursery around our second trimester mark. So even more so now. So I'm super excited now going into the third trimester. I feel really good and confident about everything. Like, we've pretty much got our room almost sorted and starting to put little lists together of things that we need for baby girl, and organizing all of her little things. It's just been so much fun, and I really just enjoyed being pregnant. There were some moments where it was a little bit rough for me, where I recall one time telling Clive I was in so much pain when I was having that bad rib pain. I was like, I just thought I was going to enjoy this so much more, and I want to enjoy my second trimester. And as soon as I got to the chiropractor, it was so much better. I'm actually going to see her again on Friday, just for a minute just checkup to make sure that everything she adjusted is still in place. And I think discomfort just comes with the territory of growing a baby inside of you. So speaking of discomfort, I'm getting my pillow cozy. I think it just comes with the territory, so you just kind of have to take it in stride a little bit. But obviously, if you're extremely uncomfortable, then obviously speak to your doctor and stuff. But it's all worth it at the end of the day. So I've just been trying to stay really present, especially now that I'm in my third trimester. My second trimester just went so fast. I don't know if that was because it was the time of year that I was pregnant in my second trimester. We had both of our birthdays in December. We had Christmas. We had our baby moon. There was New Year's. It's just been, we've had a change of our restrictions on what we can do and can't do in South Africa at the moment. So all the beaches have been closed. So it just makes it feel like time just was flying, during that silly season of the year anyway. So I feel like the last month of my second trimester just went by really, really fast. But I'm excited now that I am in my third trimester now, and everything is still rocking and rolling. I'm going to try and just use my energy while I still have it. But yeah, I just wanted to update you guys. That's just what's been going on here. Not too much to report in the news of travel and stuff. That was the only travel that we were doing, and I basically am ground bound now until the baby arrives. I've gotten to the point now where I need a doctor's note if I'm going to be flying anywhere, and there's no need for me to fly anywhere. We are taking a little trip up to our holiday beach house in about 3 weeks, so we got cleared from our doctor to be able to go do that, because it's about 6.5 hours away, so it's, it's not like it's right down the road. So that's cool that we'll get one more little beach stay before the baby comes and all things get wild and silly for good. But thank you guys so much for coming and watching. I appreciate it. I hope this was helpful, especially if you've been having any of the similar signs or symptoms. And I just also kind of find it really fascinating to watch these videos, especially like if you're about to be going into that trimester, or like if you're in your first trimester now and you want to kind of know what to expect for your second trimester, or you're in the middle of your second trimester and you're wondering if other people are feeling the same way. So I just wanted to share my experience and also just kind of document all this information for myself as well, because you never know, this could be the only time I'm ever pregnant, or we have another baby and I want to be able to look back on how everything was going for me as well. And we're just really enjoying our time at the moment. I know I've said that so many times, but again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want more baby updates, because I am getting a little bit slower on YouTube, just with the lead up and everything, I've just been obviously prioritizing being present with my family and preparing for probably one of the biggest things that will happen in my lifetime. So I'm sure you guys can all understand, but if you do want to keep up a little bit more, I am on Instagram. I will leave the little handle here for you guys. I do post on stories quite a bit about pregnancy and updating you guys on the nutrition and that side of everything as well. So thank you again for joining. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.